In terms of notice, there was some, not notice, I'm sorry. There was some confusion in how we describe things in 2018. The difference between the neighborhood meeting, which happens before you submit your application, and a facilitated meeting that you can ask for after the city has received an application. So we tried to tease those two apart out more. And um, there were lots of changes within both of those. And so I won't get into it a lot, but the biggest thing I'll say is the pre-submittal neighborhood meeting is now required to be facilitated by the city's alternative dispute resolution. In the 2018 version, that was an option, but you didn't have to do it. In the 2019 version, it needs to be done by ADR. If ADR doesn't have the capacity to do it, the scheduling doesn't work out, the applicant can provide their own facilitator, but only as a plan B.
Can you say that again, please?
For the pre-application neighborhood meeting, the applicant needs to go to ADR first and say, we want to offer a meeting, or we've offered a meeting, the neighborhoods have said yes, we want to now schedule it.
Okay.
ADR takes over the scheduling. If the scheduling, and there's timing in that section of when that needs to kind of happen to be respectful of the applicant's, progress. If that timing doesn't work out and ADR says, you know what, we don't have someone on that timeline, the applicant can provide their own facilitator, but only when ADR says we can't do it.
Okay. And that's only for the publicly advertised plus zone map and EPC. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Michaela, question.
Yeah.
Does this pre-application neighborhood meeting, is that impacting ONC at all, or do they still go through the same ONC process for the site plan administrative?
They still, site plan administrative doesn't require that pre-submittal neighborhood meeting.
Okay.
So it has no effect on site plan admin.
Got it.
If Table 611 requires that pre-application neighborhood meeting, then they contact ONC for who they're supposed to invite to the meeting. But that's not for site plan admin. It is for site plan DRB, however.
Okay.
In terms of the post-submittal neighborhood meeting, there's some clarification of who can request and the timing of how that facilitated meeting works out in terms of whether the city's going to delay the review of your application until the facilitated meeting happens.